3, 4.
Very nice.
It's getting there.
You're
This
almost,
is it. No, this is it. It's
this
not
is
getting
it.
there.
This is it. This
Yeah.
is the take, the golden take.
Yeah,
the
it's
golden
just
ticket.
showing how to do different shadings and colors from verse to chorus, chorus to verse. Yeah.
Sweet. So we got our entrance to the chocolate factory.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Should we do it right now? Here we go.
Yeah. So let's see the G.
So yeah, we opened with the chorus, which is you playing the big
Yep.
chords,
Yep,
and
yep.
my approach there was to arpeggiate and rely really on
wait,
some
stop.
common tones.
I gotta zoom in.
Oh,
So people get. You want to come closer. All right. So chord progression. We're started off with a chorus.
yeah, the chords, if I remember them correctly, and I do, is G, D, E minor, and C.
Perfect.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these chords, I'm doing open arpeggios,
Mhm.
and I'm using some common notes. I believe I did something like this. And the tricky part of that is I'm pushing on the D chord. In other words, I come to the D chord before you. Let's demonstrate that.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Adds a nice syncopation.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think your next chord was an E minor,
Mm-hmm.
and I do a repetition. So instead of doing the G chord, I'm doing the E chord. Very similar.
Yeah.
Though. These two notes are the same.
So you can almost leave that guy there the whole time. So
Yeah, you
far.
could. Actually, I could go. But it just doesn't sound as good. I think
Yeah.
it sounds better if I actually move up
Yeah.
to the E note.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean your ring finger.
Oh, the anchor finger. See, if we do
Anchor.
100 more of these, I'll know
Anchor.
what's going on.
It's all good.
It's the anchor finger.
It is.
Come on.
Yeah. It's your rock. It's your bedrock. Yep. Okay.
And there I can repeat. This is a really nice C chord.
Yeah.
That's another way to
Oh,
make that happen.
nice.
So I'll do it a little slower. 3, 4. Little change up. You know, the second time around, I always like to change one little thing, you
Yep.
know, so the listeners get a little piece of ear candy.
In that particular instance, how did you change it up?
I just did the D chord in
Regular
a more
D?
traditional way,
Yeah.
and I did from D to D2.
Now, when you're picking these types of things, you're making some notes jump out more than others. So talk about how you might your attack on the pick, how you pick the notes. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir. I think the low notes have to be a little quieter because you don't want them to cloud out. You want to hear the ringiness of the arpeggio, but you want the low notes to be in there so that it sounds complete. In this particular case, it's
Right.
note number 4 that gets struck the hardest.
Okay.
Soft 3 times, and then number 4 gets hit hard. So da 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 da. So you're making a choice based on kind of a syncopation.
Yeah.
And you can make that up.
Yep.
In this particular case, the highest note of the chord is the loudest.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
and
you
you
said.
were talking to me, especially like acoustic rhythm too. It's good to get it to go loud, soft,
It is,
and
yeah,
create some
yeah.
some movement.
And the thing is, you want to be able to control the right hand, the pick, so that you make certain notes speak.
yeah.
And producers, when I've done sessions, have always been adamant about that, about making certain notes speak and other ones, kind of lie in the background. It's tough to do. But once you get the hang of it, it's expressive. Very
Yeah.
expressive.
Right.
Second time around.
Oh, so you're gonna have to break that down.
Other stuff. What that is just I'm walking down. I'm on the C chord. I'm headed back to G. I'm on the
Okay.
4 chord. I'm headed back to the 1 chord, and I do a melodic walk down. It's just the scale.
Yeah.
But if you do it with open strings, it
Uh-huh.
sounds nice. And letting some strings ring while you're doing it, that's good. Everything rings.
Okay, so break that down slowly.
Open G note.
Yes.
Then we walk down on the D string, fret 4, fret 2, and open. What's that?
There goes those rock stars again.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We got jets. We'll get on one of those jets someday.
Okay.
Ringing open,
Yeah.
G and D, and then on the
Nice.
5th string, fret 3, walk down again. Everything rings.
Which is deceptively hard because you let that G string ring the whole time,
whole
and
time.
not hitting it with
It just
any
means it just means your hand has to be floating above the neck.
but it adds so much to it.
Yeah, it's a chordal riff. It's a
Yeah.
chordal. It's a chimey. Look in the dictionary. It's a chimey. Right.
Sir chimes a lot. Nice.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your MC name.
Good. I'll take it for today at least.
Sweet. So, we did the chorus and then the
Then we moved to a
verse.
verse, and the
Mhm.
verse chords that were chosen by you, and they're nice. They're G to
Mhm.
D
Mhm.
to C to D.
Yep.
And my goal on the verse, as was yours, was to shrink down the dynamics so
Yeah.
that it got quiet.
Mhm.
And maybe the drummer and the bass player are a little softer, but we're going quieter. We're
Yep.
providing the soft, loud contrast. And so now we're in the soft part. And what I did is something really simple. You can imagine a singer singing over this. There's vocal going on. So let's play our verse.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Okay, so what that was, and you built nicely at the end, I'm just finding two notes that kind of ring together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it up the neck because I did so much work down here that
Yeah.
I want to add contrast.
Okay.
So if I'm up the neck, the timbre of it is going to be different.
Yep, yep.
My choices, whatever they are going to be different. So what this is, I have an anchor note, and it's on the 3rd string, 7th fret. It's this D note. The D note rings very well through all these chords that you play.
Okay.
It's the 5 of the key. So, and I'm coming on an upbeat, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and. Right. 1 and 2 and. So what this is 1 and 5. It's quite a stretch right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can try and make it anyway. I have my 3rd finger, 5th string, fret 10. My index finger, 3rd string, fret 7, as we know, and I walk down. 1 fret.
Okay.
Change finger positions in order to grab the next one. I have
Yep.
to change in the middle. Switch to fingers 2 and 3, and then for entrance, I love the funny word interest, not entrance. for
That
interest.
can be an entrance into a part.
Yeah, for entrance, I go up and I play this octave. It's just, honestly, I'm going, okay, in my mind, I'm going, this is a bit simple. I got to throw
Do
in some
something.
spice.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Start again. And that octave is just right up here on the 10th and 12th fret. And I'm muting with the flesh from that finger as it arches over. So the
So you're
fourth
kind of
string.
announcing
Yeah.
the G coming up.
Yeah, and like you said, it is a high, I'm picking harder. Yeah, it's the third of D to the 1 of G, so I'm telegraphing in advance
Hello!
the return to G.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you said, theoretically right. Okay, so we're on the G chord. That's 1 and 5 intervallically of G, and then 3 and 1 intervallically of D, and then what chord do you go to next?
It says G, D, C.
The C. That I'm getting away with something because I'm doing like the 2 of C and the 5 of D, and so that's just a lucky kind of,
Yeah.
because it's not because it's the middle of the phrase, it's on its way to somewhere, and I can get away with
Right.
some notes that aren't really in the chord, basically. So
Okay.
I got away with something there.
Yeah. You're good at that.
I am. I'm sneaky. Yeah.
Okay, so and then did you do that both times around?
I did, and at the very end, because you were building and I had to build too, I landed here, and I probably switched my position here so I can just do this build up at the end of it, because we're heading back to a loud section again.
Right.
So the second half was 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1.
So you did
I could have stayed there.
But you kind of did the same thing. You announced the G because that's a G chord too.
Yeah. You're right.
Look at you. Without even knowing it, it just comes out of you now.
Yeah, it does. The sameness just comes out.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, one of these days, I'll know what it feels like. I'm going to watch your videos, our videos.
Okay, watch.
All night long and figure it out.
Okay, so here's the repurposed
Reprioritized.
as promised. We went to the chorus again. I wanted to do something different, so I went up the neck, and I play a G scale walking down.
Okay.
And I'm on the second string, fret 12, starting with my third finger, and I'm droning the open G and D string.
Okay.
So here we go. 2, 3, 4. So,
Tell me. Do tell.
I am walking down 3, 2, 1 in G, and then 3, 2, 1 in D. So the simple way to look at this is, I'm in the G. You're playing the G chord, and I go over the G, and you go to the D chord. I do the same thing, but I'm arpeggiating and droning these notes underneath. So. And it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I have to cut it short, in order to restart at the right moment. And then something I really enjoyed doing, I just did a repeating kind of hook phrase when you went to the E minor and the C.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that's just kind of trying to do a little, memorable hook. And and it's also getting away from the arpeggio. So, once you do something, I feel like it's nice to get away from it and do something else. Let's demonstrate that again.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. And that's a case where it's good to repeat something. You don't want to be repetitious all the time, but once in a while, it's good to repeat something. It's nice for the listener.
Double hook.
That's right. If you do something twice, it's automatically a hook, and it's worth millions.
Exactly.
Millions of.
So you paid the big bucks.
Yeah, whatever. And then I think the next time.
Okay.
I went down.
Do tell.
did another just kind of open arpeggiated walk down, and because we're in G, it's friendly for all the open notes.
strings, yeah.
And so you can literally go.
You're gonna get in big trouble if you don't break that down.
All right,
That's
done.
really cool.
Very slowly walking down a G scale, starting on the 6th, which is the open E string.
Okay.
Make sure everything rings.
Yeah.
Don't stop anything from ringing. You know, sometimes you want to stop everything. This is not one of those times. Everything rings. You just got to keep your fingers high and out of the way of the
So on
ringing
the very
strings.
tips.
Yes, well
Yeah.
put. And when you get to your destination too early, just solve the problem by bringing a couple of notes back in. That's what I do.
Oh, nice.
So that's just whatever happens. I could have been, or
So all those things that people think are just those amazing, cool riffs that you guys come up with, they're just oh shoot notes.
it's just, oh my God, I'm here. I got here too early. What am I gonna do? So I recover by adding in a few, walking up the scale.
Yeah. Nice. Love
Do
that.
whatever it takes to make it right, I say.
Good. Well, dude, great. Thank you all. Good night. What do you think about some country?
You've been drinking again. Let's do some country.
Tell
Here we
ya
go.
What? Wait. Can we do it in the back of your
I'll
truck?
I'll be sober for both of us. How's that?
Sweet. All right.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Freaking high. Yeah, yeah. Sweet. That's beautiful.
Okay.
Love that. Please continue.
As you requested an intro, so I gave you an intro, and what that was
Okay.
something that I did on the previous version, but it was just kind of repurposed for country.
Okay.
So you're playing the chorus chords, and I'm playing kind of an intro. Once again, it has the nice repetition.
Yeah.
You know, it's a cousin of.
Right.
But sometimes in country now, you don't want to sound too country. I've learned that from across the pond.
Yeah.
It's not the pond, it's America. But
Yes,
I've
America.
learned that is that if you go, sometimes it's more desirable to sound rock
Well, there's
than
ponds
country.
there.
Yeah, there are. Lots of lakes.
The fishing hole.
So it's a cousin of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's the open string version.
I love that you basically get to use the exact same notes you did before. But you just change them with the feel.
Well, I had to admit that because I realized it as I was about to teach it that
That's
it was the
fantastic.
same. It's all the same.
Wow,
Okay.
It's so different.
So what I'm doing is I'm doing the G notes, and then I land on the 5 of G when you go to the D chord. I repeat on the E minor. You play the C chord, I play the 3rd of C. Right?
Nice.
Okay, and then I do it again. And then I finish it out. And that's just a fun phrase that repeats. That's kind of, it's the same approach as when I went.
Yeah.
But it's more country, it's up here high, and it's more in line with the part that I just played.
Well, I love it because it's part of the C and E chord right there.
Yeah. It's like, it's chordal.
Man.
See?
It's alchemy.
How about that?
Alchemy.
Yeah. Okay, so then we move on to the verse.
Okay.
And I go quiet. And I mute with the palm of my hand. You're
Okay.
going to G in the verse. and I do this. You had a name for this. It's this 2 to 3 kind of. Didn't you have a name for that?
Maybe. It's escaped
Let
me.
me think of it. Okay, so it's the 2 to 3, kind of third, bringing up. See, the G is spoken right here on the 12th fret, strings 2, 3, and 4 with the index finger barred across, and then I scoop. I bring it over one more. And I pick up that low 2 to 3 there.
Yeah.
And then I
Don't
come
you
down.
love it? Hendrix works over country too.
Yes, yeah, it's all they're cousins, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah, good point. Or pointy.
Yeah.
You put an E on the end of point, it's pointy. Okay, so, and then I do it on D too. You go to the D chord,
Okay.
I just come down here and do it on D. So I'm seeing the G right there, that's the G chord, you know that one right there, got to get my hands out of the way, and then the D chord here.
Okay. And
Okay,
then C.
and then you come to C, and I just ignore the chords and I just play up here and do.
Nice.
Because, as usual, I'm trying to break out of the monotony of what I've just done,
Yeah.
and I want to just play a G riff. So let's demonstrate that. 2, 3, 4. Oh, you're starting on G, though. We're starting on the verse.
You started the whole thing.
2, 3, 4. So, there I break out of it, and I just play a riff in G.
Right.
And because we're in country, I can get away with, these. Or
Yeah, and that's all right out of the G chord too. So
Yeah.
it's kind of leads you there, anyways.
yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time around, I think I went up. I did kind of the Keith Richards
Yeah.
kind of move right there, which is also very country sounding. So let's demonstrate a verse. 2,
Okay.
3, 4. So I just varied it a little bit. The second time I came down to the D, instead of going, I went, which is a little R&B move, which works in country too. And then when I came back up, I went a little higher.
Yep.
You were on G, and then when you went down to the C, I did the C there, the G, C kind of thing up there.
Do you know what those chords are called? I've always been curious.
That's what I depend on you for.
Yeah, I know, because like every time I teach a video and I do it, I'm like, then you just add a couple and you get this really
Yeah.
cool chord here.
We'll have to find the book that we can look it up in. And we'll
Everyone
get back to it.
always comments too. They're like, God, it must be so nice to know all this theory like you and Tim. And I'm like, I don't know any theory.
We'll learn together, all of us, all million. of us.
Exactly. So do tell us.
Okay, so next you went to the chorus,
Yes.
and I did a heavy chorus, and
Okay.
this is, I kind of spazzed out a little bit on it. If you go back and rewind, you'll see where I had a little spastic
Sweet.
move. But I meant to go.
Okay. You're
So-
pretending you're in the stadium again.
Yeah,
Tim
and
McGraw
it's
tour.
really sure that's so kind of Def Leppard-ish, I think, or something. So there's a lot of right hand muting going
Yeah.
on right here with the side of the palm, playing the open G, and I'm trying to do a hook. So the first phrase is, and then I go to the D chord and I do this. So it's 2 strokes on the open D note, and then you strike the chord.
And then the G, you only hit the low part of the chord once. It's all high.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Cutting
just
through.
the low note, and then the top 4 strings. Same thing on the E minor. And I keep the exact same
Yeah.
form, anchor fingers up here.
That's
with the E
super
minor.
popular in country now. Yeah.
And this is the little dissonant part, because on the C
Like
you get that
that.
nice dissonance
Yeah.
of. So like if you go to the movies and you hear that chord, it's the chord of wonderment. Look for it.
Okay. It's the clouds
Chord
and
of
the blue
wonder.
sky.
Exactly, yeah. But I do the same pattern with my
Yeah.
right hand, so I'll demonstrate. 2, 3, 4.
like that.
You're welcome, sir. Your designated driver.
Sweet.